Yahtzee. I hope. Guess it's time to get a little serious here, because I'm still not being taken seriously. What should have people who are at least half intelligent scratching their heads. Okay? Let me begin by explaining the photo that I'm going to upload with this video. No woman receives a poem like that without wanting to speak to the person who wrote it, especially somebody like Angelina Jolie. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's just to make fun of the individual. That is IQ laid out in verbal English lettering, if you will. Same thing for Natalie Portman. I wrote Natalie Portman a spell. And for somebody that graduated Harvard psychology to be passing that up, but not just passing that up, asinine belligerence by slapping me in the face with hanging out with a bunch of trolls and tweakers and jackass pedophiles, okay? While a few male celebrities skittered in and out to peppered amongst the crowd, tricking the rest of the people watching. Now, I've laid this out, and I've laid it out, and I've laid it out, and what's got me kind of pulling my hair out is the masses. Here I sit once again on the side of a hill, very reminiscent of what Jonah did after he was spit up from the whale. Very angry, very upset at God. And God's reply was, how can you be mad at a people who don't know their left from their right? That was a long-ass time ago. You jackasses know. You've got the world's knowledge at your fingertips. An explosion of education has happened in the last 120 years. But here we are, once again, at a fork in the road for humanity, okay? I read this line, in a book called Heretics from G.K. Chesterton. It was way back in the day, all right? To explain this guy, he was kind of like the David Letterman of the late 1800s. Very well-known, very respected comedian, but talk show host type individual. And even he noted in a letter to somebody else, like Jay Leno. He sent a letter to Jay Leno, if you will, suggesting that humanity was entering into a phase where they were at a fork in the road, where they were about to let go of things like superstition and spirituality and give way to things that were practical and as my grandma used to say, money, 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 money. And look at the cost. You got kids shooting each other up in schools. You got mountains of terrible things happening to people right next door. And the actions of the neighbors to turn up their volume to ignore it. The hell is that? Spout off about Brad Pitt last night in one of my Facebook posts, but again, the idea that this Mount Everest of solid, tangible evidence is being ignored in favor of wisps, whispers, conjecture, propaganda, and lies. Oh, he might be a weirdo, so let's all throw darts at this guy and make his life a living hell while we ignore the gremlins who are actually tearing women and children apart. That's what I'm getting from 80% of the population. Curious. Damn, my articulation finally coming back out. If you're curious about the Pokemon, it's more than just metaphorical. Gotta catch them all, except the main one. But also mainly because when this duffel bag gets heavy, it's like digging into my hip, wherever it's resting. And that acts as a pillow, a cushion, and Pikachu. I've never watched Pokemon, although I am a huge fan of Japanese anime. You Japanese people save my ass, man. I get so distraught and so, I don't want to say depressed, but uninterested. I click on a Japanese anime and it's just so intelligent, so quick, so on crisp point. I want to reply to Eminem's Godzilla, but for me to raise the bar at this point and still not get the interaction the rebuttals that I'm should be getting by now, it tells me that I'm still getting ripped off. Copied and pasted all of my work plastered elsewhere, and you assholes cannot tell me that those tweaking gremlins like Tall Swine Adam or that goblin swine Mike, you cannot tell me you believe they're the ones writing those spells. You can't. So why would I continue to drop pearls if all you assholes are gonna do is look at each other with these stupid sideways glances and grin like insecure gremlins? I'm tired of this shit, man. And yeah, I'm kind of really upset at God. When Elijah ran from Jezebel, God shook a mountain, but he was not in the mountain. And the Lord blew the wind, but he was not in the wind. All that aside, my upset comes from the fact that the power is given to the Jezebel. Yes, thank you, I noticed that. And not the Elijah. Why is the Elijah put down and broke and meek? I don't understand it, but he did part the waters long before. So, I don't know, there's this disdain for logic, this disdain for the truth, this Angelina Jolie-esque character continuing to turn her nose, shy away from the truth, all because I met her standard. It's almost like that scene between Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie in the movie Tourist, when Angelina Jolie gets on the train and sits down in front of Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp turns into this nerdy, unable to speak individual. And she was expecting that out of me, maybe, and I mopped the floor with her with my everything. And she couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand not being higher, sort of, even though I was trying to place her there. But that's where the study began. And I started to realize that this Angelina Jolie-esque character is as fake as you can get. The only time she's ever cool and elegant is when a red camera is pointed at her. So, I don't know. Just keep swimming. Thank you, Ellen DeGeneres. Just keep swimming. I've got no choice here. Lay on the side of this hill and starve to death, but I'm gonna get bored with that really quick. Monosyllabics finally breaking apart, starting to articulate larger syllable words, be able to string them together in a classical flow. But if Eminem released Godzilla as a way to show me what or diss me, dude, I'm gonna wreck your career with one video. I could do it with a piece of paper, but it's too damn easy for these gremlins just to copy and paste it and act like it's them. And way too many women looking for the spell writer got incinerated looking for me. All because when I step out of the bushes, people are expecting a 9-foot tall winged dragon that shoots lightning out of his ass or something. I don't know. I'm tired of this shit, man. For me to be calling out Randy Couture to a UFC cage match, there should be no rap star out of his mind enough to thumb his nose at me. I don't give a shit who you are. You can hide behind your bodyguards all you want. I will reach out and rip your fucking throat out. I did not spend the last... It's been longer than 4 years. I've been doing this since 2013. Sleeping in the wilderness. Waking up with like freaking mountain lion poop 4 feet away from my head. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. I got all of my shit up and started walking, and I walked for like 3 miles before I sat down and had some coffee. I didn't say a word. That was scary. How do you know it's mountain lion? Shut up. Live in the wilderness long enough. Go ask Bear Grylls. Greasy and with hair, and it was mountain lion. I probably smelled my socks and was like, oh, fuck that. So I don't know, man. I'm so disinterested now. I could break back into stand-up comedy. I could break into rap. I could break into UFC. I could break into literally whatever I want to break into. But from what I'm noticing, when you're that Joker card, nobody wants to give you a chance. It's fucking aggravating, man. So I don't know. Keep this video short because it's probably going to be super megabit. Yoo-hoo, Natalie Portman, Angelina Jolie, clones or not. I've got the world scratching their head now. That should have you curious. Maybe you don't care because you're not those individuals. You're laughing all the way to the bank because life's a stage. But if life's a stage, you're looking at the puppet master. The spinning sword lit on fire. So I'm getting to that point. So hopefully Eminem released Godzilla as a way of showing me that he's recognizing what I can do, and that's not even close to what I can do. As I've tried to reiterate 1,000 times, those spells that I'm writing they're just ways of showing that there's more here. The original Death Note, which I want to... I think I know what got Eminem shaking in his boots in the first place. When I wrote Writer's Cramps, that was the spell, dude. That had everybody driving to Lompoc the next day. But I called out that Eminem was the one who wrote Stan. Your biggest fan was never Stan. It was the guy that knows you better than that face-up mirror does. You weren't ready for this. I don't know. There's another one. It's a spell I wrote for Eminem and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Since Jennifer Love Hewitt wanted to be a singer, she has yet to actually do anything with it. Again, if you assholes are gonna settle for some tweaking swine copying and pasting my work, knowing who actually wrote them, and for whatever reason you're coming up with valid excuses not to give me a chance, maybe there's a reason why this wizard is turning shit around on you. Your intelligence is dropping. Never mind. There's no point in showing my cards. Illuminati, I'm sick of you people. Fuck you. Worthless insects. There's that scene in the movie Fight Club with Brad Pitt where he's talking about we cook your food, we wash your clothes, we take out your trash. Don't fuck with us. There's a way. There's a way. Your strength is in numbers. You're ants. And there's a great deal of you, but guess what? I can't raid. We'll do it. All I gotta do is wake up enough people and they'll stop giving you any grub. So the fact that you people are trying to bury this much talent when I was trying to give it to you so that I can get what I want, it's just there's something weird. So whose side are you on? Gods or devils? Fuck the devil. But even a certain prophet that got dropped in a lion's den came up while he was under the oppression of a different country. For whatever reason, that's the way it works. I don't get it either, but enough of these spilling the beans, since apparently only the swine are watching my videos. They can regurgitate what I say and sound intelligent. However, these celebrities like Miley Cyrus and Avril Lavigne, who know full damn well, but they're still going along with the swine show. That should have everybody, whether you have the ability to cock your eyebrow or not, everybody's eyebrow should be up at the top of their fucking domes. You're serious? Miley Cyrus is gonna pass up that genius songwriting ability? Come on. And for what? A tweaking swine. That is just that's the anvil that breaks the camel's back right there. But it was Brad Pitt pretending. No, it wasn't. Brad Pitt was in and out of there like that. It was a swine. Tweaking gremlin that just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's it. Brad Pitt, probably knowing Angelina Jolie well enough because he was married to her for a decade, picked the one unscrupulous individual that Angelina Jolie would use to spite me with. Only it turned really ugly on her very quickly, and she's been blaming me ever since, even though I was right in front of her over and over and over and over, and she could but mutter a giggle. Practically tackled some of these tweakers that are still trying to take credit for somebody else's work. Beyond frustrated, but maybe this time Pikachu finally shows more than his cute side, I guess. I don't know. Got it. Boom. See that? See that?